Hello there, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast News. I'm Tracy Shilchi and in the next 30 minutes I'll be getting you through the day's top stories, what to look forward to, starting with the headlines. 7 army men, including 2 officers, killed in Nagrota attack. 6 terrorists are eliminated in 2 separate operations. Defence Minister briefs the Prime Minister over the issue. Lok Sabha passes taxation law, Second Amendment Bill to make changes in the Income Tax Act and the Finance Act. Bill moved by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley passed by a voice vote. Black boxes recovered from a charter plane carrying the Brazilian football team that crashed into Colombian jungle. 71 people are killed, 6 passengers survived. And in cricket, India defeat England by 8 wickets in the 3rd Test match in Mohali, lead the 5-match series 2-0. Well, starting with the situation in the north, Army have resumed combing operations this morning around Nagrota, a day after 7 soldiers, including 2 officers, were killed in a huge terror attack at an army base near Jammu in the town of Nagrota. 3 terrorists were eliminated. In another attack, 3 terrorists were killed while they attempted to infiltrate into India from the international border at Samba. Pakistan continued its ceasefire violations on the day of heightened attacks, resorting to unprovoked firing in Baramulla district.
2 separate terror attacks rocked the Jammu region on Tuesday. There were casualties on both sides. In the first, India losing 7 army personnel, including 2 major rank officers, after heavily armed militants in police uniform stormed an army unit in Nagrota, about 3 kilometers from the Corps headquarters on the outskirts of Jammu city. The standoff also included a hostage-like situation in which 12 soldiers, 2 ladies and 2 children were held captive. All were rescued. 3 terrorists were eliminated.
Total of 2 officers and 5 other Jawans, 5 Jawans have been martyred.
The army will probe how the attackers breached the highly fortified base. The Nagrota base is one of 4 command centers in Jammu and Kashmir and home to over 1,000 officers. Army Chief General Dalbir Singh briefed Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar on the Nagrota attack. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also briefed. In another incident in Samba district of Jammu, BSF intercepted a group of terrorists, killing 3 as they attempted to cross over the international border from Pakistan into India.
At the first light in the morning, the BSF troops made their move and with precise and stable fire neutralized the 3 militants quickly. In the exchange of fire, 1 constable, Syamlal Ahirwar, sustained a bullet injury in his wrist. Throughout the morning hours, Pakistan kept firing intermittently to provide cover to the militants. In the ensuing events, DIG BSF Jammu Sri B.S. Kasana, Inspector Sarabjit Singh of India Reserve Battalion of Jammu Kashmir Police and Constable Baibhav of BSF sustained injuries.
During this operation, 7 security personnel, including a BSF DIG, were injured. The combing operation, which has been halted, will be launched today. The security forces suffered serious injuries when an IED blast occurred while the bodies of the slain terrorists were being searched out.
आज सुबह 2 बजे के करीब यहाँ कुछ बंदों को स्पॉट किया गया फेंस के अंदर, लेकिन बीएसएफ के जो एक्स्ट्रा नाकाज लगे हुए थे वो उस गार्डन के अंदर थे. उन्होंने फायर किया हमारी पार्टी के ऊपर, जिनको रिटेलिएट करके न्यूट्रलाइज किया गया. अभी तक 3 मिलिटेंट जो हैं वो मारे गए हैं.
Authorities sounded an alert and stepped up security in and around Katra, the base camp of Mata Vaishno Devi cave shrine. Tuesday's attacks coincided with new Pakistan Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa taking charge. Amid a sharp escalation in tensions between India and Pakistan, attacks and infiltration attempts by terrorists from across the border have seen a rapid spurt in recent weeks. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In other news, the Lok Sabha has passed the Taxation Law Second Amendment Bill 2016, which amends the Income Tax Act. As per the amendment, 85% tax penalty will be levied on people depositing their undisclosed wealth after the 30th of December. The government introduced the bill as a money bill to prevent it from getting blocked in Rajya Sabha.
Amid protests over the demonetization issue, the Lok Sabha on Tuesday passed the Taxation Law Second Amendment Bill 2016 that amends the Income Tax Act and the Finance Act. The bill moved by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley was passed by voice vote. In his remarks, Jaitley said the government moved the amendments after noticing that many were still trying to convert their black money into white after demonetization. He informed the House that those who disclose black money to banks will have to pay 50% tax, including surcharge and penalty.
इसके पीछे उद्देश्य ये था कि इस देश में जो काला धन है, जो टैक्स इवेजन के लिए जिसका प्रयोग होता है और उसके साथ साथ भ्रष्टाचार में प्रयोग होता है, उस सारे काले धन को इस देश की राजनीति से, इस देश के आर्थिक जीवन से अलग किया जाए.
Opposition parties including the Congress, Trinamool Congress and the BJD opposed the introduction of the bill while demanding a discussion on the bill.
निश्चित रूप से डिस्कशन चलेगा और उसमें ये बिल भी डिस्कस करेंगे क्योंकि इस बिल में भी क्या है वो उसमें आएगा, दोनों मिलके करेंगे, तो इसीलिए आप अटेंडमेंट मोशन को दीजिए.
Though the bill is under consideration, it is already exposed that what is the purpose of the government. What I would propose to consider that if this bill and this motion or the demonetization issue, if those two can be clubbed together and the discussion can start.
Through the bill, I was going through, it needs some more improvement. And there is, I think the finance minister will agree, that whatever deliberations will be done in this house will always improve the structure of the bill.
RSP leader N.K. Premachandran and Congress's K.C. Venugopal asked if the opposition suggestions for changes were sent to the president.
Well, how can a president can be given within a short span? That means that anticipating the president has been brought here controversially. Anticipating president's assent within a span of 1 hour. Is it possible, Honorable Finance Minister? Is it possible? Right? That means you are bulldozing an important law without any homework.
I would like to know from the Honorable Finance Minister whether the recommendation in writing has been obtained from His Excellency the President of India, so that I am getting an opportunity to move my amendments, whether it is withholding, whether it is assented or it is rejected.
The bill was later passed by a voice vote amid the uproar. With Ravindra Singh and Pranav Goswami, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, the stalemate between the government and the opposition over demonetization prevailed in Rajya Sabha on Tuesday as well. The opposition insisted on the Prime Minister's presence while the government pressed for immediate discussion. The logjam washed the proceedings of the House for the 9th day in a row.
The impasse over the demonetization is far from over. In the upper house, the opposition on Tuesday tried to mount pressure on the government, accusing it of displaying blatant insensitivity to the miseries of a common man. Various parties slammed the government for allegedly adopting a dictatorial stance.
कुमारी मायावती जी,
माननीय सभापति जी, हम ये चाहते हैं कि सरकार की ओर से, क्योंकि जो नोटबंदी पर जो चर्चा हो रही थी वो अभी पूरे जिस चर्चा पर बहस हो रही थी, तो जो चर्चा हो रही थी अभी तक वो पूरी नहीं हुई है और
तो चर्चा शुरू करो,
प्रधानमंत्री जी को
चर्चा शुरू करो
चाहिए.
सर, संपूर्ण सदन चाहता है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी सदन में आए. प्रधानमंत्री जी आई एम सॉरी के अंतर्गत सदन में आमंत्रित कर रहे हैं. आई नो देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन माय शो.
The government was quick to refute all the claims of the opposition while criticizing it for repeatedly disrupting proceedings of the House.
I tell you, does anyone required? They don't want the truth to come out. They are worried. Their band was a fraud yesterday. There are actors also became a fraud. Actors and band become a fraud. They are divided.
The chair sought to pacify the protesting members while appealing to members to allow the House to function.
Now I am requesting the honourable members to go back to your seat, start the discussion. We can have discussion. Finance Minister is already there. It is already said that PM will come and intervene. What more you want? Actually, you don't want discussion.
The standoff, however, persisted. Amid sharp verbal duels between the BJP and the Congress, 0 hour and question hour were paralysed. The Congress, BSP and TMC members moved to the well protesting against demonetization and demanding Prime Minister's presence. Even the BJP members moved to the aisles and raised slogans against the opposition. Even in the post-lunch session, the protests remained unabated.
What happened?
With no visible signs of a respite, the chair adjourned the House till Wednesday. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
On Wednesday, 30th December.
And intensifying the attack on the centre against demonetization, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will stage a protest in Patna today. This comes a day after the Trinamool party chief protested in Lucknow against the move. The JDU, however, will not participate in the protest by Banerjee. Meanwhile, opposition parties continue to hold protest marches and rallies across different cities on Tuesday as well against demonetization.
Protests against demonetization continued on Tuesday, a day after the opposition parties observed the Jan Akrosh Divas across the country. State units of the Congress party held rallies and protest marches in different cities, raising slogans against the centre.
पूरे हिंदुस्तान में, शहरों में और इस देश के गांवों में लोग परेशान हैं, इसलिए कि इस देश में आम आदमी उसका व्यवहार यही 500 और 1000 के नोट से होता है।
आज तो ऐसा लगता है कि देश के अंदर इमरजेंसी है, लोगों की आवाज को दबा दिया है, 5-5 दिन लाइन में खड़े रहने के बाद में भी पैसा नहीं मिला है।
The left parties also intensified protests in parts of Tamil Nadu, while the CPIM state unit in Himachal Pradesh took out a rally in Shimla.
आप पूछो किसी भी सेब वाले को, आड़ती आज मुकर गया है पैसे देने से, कहता है पैसा ही नहीं है। सेब ले लिया आड़ती ने, लेकिन दे नहीं रहा है। कीनू हमारे पूरे निचले हिमाचल में पैदा होता, एक भी खरीदार नहीं है कीनू के लिए, एक भी खरीदार नहीं है।
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee moved her protest to Lucknow, stepping up attack on the centre along with her UP counterpart Akhilesh Yadav.
देश देखो आजादी का बाद आगे बढ़ रहे थे, आज देश कहाँ जा रहा है? मार्केट बंद, दुकान बंद, किसान का खेती बंद, माँ बहन का घर में जो लक्ष्मी कहते हैं हमारा माँ बहन को, उसको भी धमक देता है, उसको भी चमकाता है, उसको भी कहता है हम देख लेंगे। कितना लोगों को देख लेंगे? कोई अगर बोलते हैं तो उसको बोलता है एजेंसी लगा देंगे।
While the cash supply situation improved significantly in metros and big cities, common people complained that banks are still struggling to dispense cash. The opposition protests and shutdown have also added to their problems.
ये हर एक को हर बैंक में धक्के खा रहा है, वहाँ से यहाँ लाइन लग रहा है, फिर यहाँ खत्म हो गया, दूसरी जगह जा रहा है, तो कोई तरीका थोड़ा ही है।
Thing is, it is my money. If I am not able to get that money for the marriage of my ward, then what is the use? Anyhow, it is a welcome step. You will get some black money.
Meanwhile, the RBI relaxed withdrawal norms further to prevent holding of valid currency notes and increase their circulation. Retailers like malls and shop owners have been told to deposit their daily collection with banks. They will be allowed to withdraw the deposited sum in 2,000 and 500 rupee notes, irrespective of existing withdrawal limits. In a related development, the Fitch Ratings Agency lowered India's GDP growth forecast to 6.9% in financial year 17 from 7.4% as a fallout of the demonetization exercise. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asked BJP MPs and MLAs to submit their bank account statements for the period between the 8th of November and the 31st of December by the 1st of January 2017. Modi gave the direction at the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting that took place yesterday following the opposition's allegations that the BJP tipped off its own leaders ahead of the demonetization announcement on the 8th of November. The Prime Minister also responded to the charge that amendments to the Income Tax Act will help turn black money into white. He said that the amended act will channel the money looted from the poor for their welfare. Meanwhile, the Congress has demanded that BJP reveal details of all banking transactions before the 8th of November when the demonetization move was announced. Dismissing Modi's direction at the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting as yet another jumla, the Congress called it an attempt to evade questions about the funds deposited in the accounts of the BJP central and local units and the RSS in the last 1 year.
जो इनकम टैक्स के लिए संशोधन ला रहे हैं वो काला धन को सफेद करने वाले काम नहीं है, लेकिन गरीब से लूटा हुआ जो पैसा है वो गरीब को वापस देने वाला, गरीब कल्याण के लिए खर्च करने वाला एक पहल है।
देश के लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी से भाजपा की प्रांतीय इकाइयों, राष्ट्रीय इकाइयों और आरएसएस के खातों में पिछले 12 महीने में जमा हुए सैकड़ों और हजारों करोड़ रुपए का हिसाब और पैसे का स्रोत न पूछें।
Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar will begin his 2-day visit to Bangladesh from today. During the visit, Parrikar will call on Bangladeshi top leadership to firm up defence cooperation initiatives ahead of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's trip to India next month. India and Bangladesh are likely to sign a defence cooperation agreement during Hasina's visit. Parrikar will also call on President Abdul Hamid and hold talks with a security advisor to the Prime Minister. He will also visit the military academy in Chittagong. This is the first visit by an Indian defence minister to Bangladesh. The Assistant Superintendent of Police and Head Warden of the Nabha Jail in Punjab were among the 3 arrested on Tuesday for criminal conspiracy in Sunday's jailbreak in which 6 prisoners escaped. Police have also booked 29 people, including 9 jail officials in connection with the incident. A joint team of Delhi and Punjab police also questioned Khalistan Liberation Front militant outfit chief Harminder Mintu, who was arrested by the police on Monday, a day after he escaped from the Nabha jail. Police teams are also on the lookout for other escapee, Kashmir Singh, who had accompanied Mintu to Delhi and separated from him at the Kashmiri Gate bus stop. With that, a quick break here. More international and national news follows in a bit. Stay with us.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back. In more national news, the 9-member Lok Sabha panel probing the parliament video made by Bhagwant Mann on Tuesday found the Aam Aadmi Party MP guilty in the case. The committee will submit its report to the Lok Sabha Speaker today. However, members of the parliamentary panel on Tuesday failed to adopt a draft report following differences over the quantum of punishment, with some opposing any punitive action as he had not been attending the House on the orders of the Speaker. The committee headed by BJP's Kirit Somaiya met on Tuesday to finalize a draft report after Mann tendered an unconditional apology and withdrew his remarks that Prime Minister Modi be also summoned for inviting ISI officials to Pathankot Air Base after a terror attack there. While there was unanimity on security aspects recommended by the panel, there were differences on the punishment to be handed down to him. Though he has been found guilty, some suggested that he should be suspended for a day. Others said since he's not been attending the House on directions of the Speaker for a long time, he shouldn't be punished.
कमेटी ने मैंने बुलाया सी तो मैं अपना पक्ष पहले ही पेश कर चुके हैं ऑलरेडी उसी दिन स्पीकर मैडम तो अनकंडीशनल अपॉलोजी मैं मंग ली सी पर उन्होंने बाद कमेटी बनाई जिहदियां बहुत सारी लंबी मीटिंगां होईयां तो मैं अपने वालों अपना पक्ष पेश करता उस तो बाद हुण देखते हैं कि मैडम स्पीकर अनाउंस करने.
And here's a look at what will be making news in the day ahead. The Supreme Court will hear a plea seeking the transfer of RJD leader Mohammad Shahabuddin from Siwan district jail to another jail and his trial in Delhi. On Tuesday, the Bihar government told the Apex Court that it is not averse to shifting him from Siwan jail to Tihar prison in Delhi. The Apex Court on Monday had also mulled on the decision, saying it is a test case for the concept of fair trial and witness protection. A special Delhi court will pronounce the orders on framing of charges as well as bail applications of the former telecom minister Dayanidhi Maran, his brother Kalanidhi Maran and others accused in the Aircel Maxis deal case lodged by the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate. All the accused have denied the allegations against them and have moved bail pleas in the case. Supreme Court will also hear Haryana government's plea for immediate construction of the Sutlej-Yamuna link canal. In its application, Haryana has sought continuance of the Union Home Secretary, Punjab's Chief Secretary and DGP as the joint custodian of the land acquired for the construction of the SYL canal. Haryana has also approached the Apex Court for stalling Punjab's move to obstruct the construction of the canal meant for carrying the waters of Ravi and Beas rivers. Now, in a surprise announcement on Tuesday, Afghan Taliban has pledged to protect key infrastructure projects in the war-torn nation, including the $10 billion Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India gas pipeline. The Taliban, which is blamed for targeting aid workers and damaging millions of dollars worth infrastructure in the country, said that they will protect all national projects which are in the interests of the people and result in the development and prosperity of the nation, but are also committed to safeguarding them. It also directs all its Mujahideen fighters to help in the security of all national projects that are in the higher interests of Islam and the country. The ambitious Tapi pipeline project, launched last December, will have a capacity to carry 19 million standard cubic meters a day gas for a 30-year period. India and Pakistan would get 38 MSCMD each, while the remaining 14 will be supplied to Afghanistan. Now, seeking to end the year-long political crisis over the new statute, Nepal government on Tuesday tabled the Constitution Amendment Bill in Parliament to address the grievances of the agitating Madhesi parties and other ethnic groups. The bill tabled proposes to amend the provisions related to redrawing provincial boundaries, recognition of various languages, citizenship and representation in the National Assembly. The bill, brought as per the Article 296 of the Nepal's constitution, would mature after 5 days of registration. Redemarcation of the provincial boundaries and citizenship issue are the two major demands put forth by the agitating Madhesi parties. The Madhesis are minority in Nepal and have led months-long protests seeking better representation in Parliament. Black boxes from the crashed Colombian plane carrying 77 people, including a Brazilian football team, have been found. 71 people died in the crash, while 6 have survived. Authorities are investigating the cause of the crash now, but have said that an electrical fault could have led to the disaster. Brazilian President Michel Temer has announced a 3-day of mourning period for the victims.
Black boxes have been recovered from the charter plane that crashed into the Colombian jungle outside the city of Medellin on Tuesday. 71 people, including a Brazilian football team, were killed in the crash. Only 6 of the 77 people on board survived, 3 of which are footballers. Authorities have completed the search and rescue operation and the injured are being treated.
Con éxito, porque se cumplió con el cometido de encontrar a cada una de las personas que venían en esta aeronave. Hoy pudimos concretar que fueron 6 personas heridas.
Authorities are investigating all the recorded data, but the search flight data from civil aviation showed the plane circling the Rio Negro airport near Medellin before disappearing off the radar. It is still not clear what caused the crash, but the authorities say technical failure had occurred. The pilot had reported an electrical fault just before the crash.
En el documento final que tanto Bolivia como nosotros manejamos, se habla de una total falla eléctrica en el último momento. A ustedes muchísimas gracias.
The football world has rallied around the Brazilian club, which lost most of its players in the crash. The football team, Chapecoense, was heading for the biggest game in their history, the final of the Copa Sudamericana, before the tragedy struck. Their opponents have offered to concede the game to ensure Chapecoense are declared the champions. Brazilian President Michel Temer called the incident extremely sad and declared 3 days of national mourning.
A única coisa que podíamos fazer, lamentavelmente, além de orar por aqueles que partiram, era tomar providências do governo federal a fim de dar apoio às famílias, especialmente, que sim lutaram.
Todo mundo confiando em Deus, que as coisas vão acontecer tudo certo para nós e que a nossa Chapecoense vai ter que continuar. É difícil, eu chego até... Cara, é muito difícil falar, não tenho nem mais opinião, dizer o que eu posso falar.
Vigils were held across Brazil for the victims. Brazilian First Division football teams have offered to lend players to Chapecoense free of charge and asked the league to protect the club from relegation for the next 3 years. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
All right, now let's head on to some sports news. And in cricket, India defeated England by 8 wickets in the third cricket test match at Mohali on Tuesday and take a 2-0 lead in the 5-match series. Resuming their second innings at an overnight score of 78 for 4, the visitors were all out for 236 runs. Joe Root and Haseeb Hamid played defiant innings, but it wasn't enough for England. Root struck 78 while Haseeb remained not out on 59. R. Ashwin claimed 3 wickets. Mohammad Shami, Ravindra Jadeja and Jayant Yadav took 2 wickets each. The hosts then surpassed the victory target of 103 runs by making 104 for 2 in 20.2 overs. Parthiv Patel scored an unbeaten 67.
And that as a captain is very pleasing when, especially a game like this where you lose the toss and you get the opposition out for 280 on a flat wicket. Really gives you confidence as a bowling unit that you are on top and you are dictating terms.
There was no magic balls being bowled, really. Probably Johnny was probably the only one. Was a very good piece of bowling. A couple of balls before skidded on, passes outside, the other one turned. But apart from that, there wasn't a huge amount of. Wasn't the pitch misbehaving? It was good, accurate bowling as you expect from India in these conditions. But it wasn't unplayable, and we didn't score enough runs.
Saina Nehwal will lead India's charge in the Macau Open badminton tournament, which begins today. The London Olympics bronze medalist is the lone Indian woman shuttler in the tournament and will begin her campaign against Hannah Ramadini of Indonesia. In the men's sections, Hong Kong Open finalists Sameer Verma, Kidambi Srikanth and Parupalli Kashyap will be in action. Earlier, Rio Olympic silver medalist PV Sindhu, who is also a 3-time winner at the tournament, pulled out to prepare for next month's Dubai Super Series finals. Well, that's all we have for you on the Breakfast News. If you're somewhere in the north, Delhi, UP or even Himachal or Punjab, drive safe. The fog, of course, is here. We'll get you updates on that in just a bit. Stay with us on Rajya Sabha TV.